I'm guessing TaylorMade would have hated the fact that Aaron won with this driver. Last week, a driver that was released over 6 years ago was the talk of the town. This bad boy, the TaylorMade M6. Aaron Rai won the HSBC Abu Dhabi Championship at Yas Links in a playoff versus Tommy Fleetwood using this very driver. Now what's interesting, Tommy was actually using TaylorMade's brand new unreleased driver, but they were going head to head. And Aaron Rai, using this driver, managed to take the victory. In this video, we're gonna see how the M6 driver performs using Pro V1s, GC Quad. I'm intrigued because I know this driver was good at the time, but how good is it still? And are we buying drivers just for the sake of it because they're brand new? And could this be the answer? Let's find out. Now, before we get onto this driver, I want to give a bit of a shout out to Aaron Rai. What an unbelievable golfer. Now, again, I've met him a few times. He actually gets coached by fellow YouTubers, Andy and Piers from Me and My Golf. And I'm always kind of very proud when Aaron does well because he's there with his Me and My Golf logo on his cap. And I'm like, he's one of us. One of our guys, Andy and Piers, are always amazing. If you've not checked out their channel, do so. Great instructional content. But they've coached Aaron since he was a little kid, and he's grown up now to be, world beater. What's interesting about Aaron, he's got a lot of little quirks. He wears two Mac wet gloves. He uses a Castle tee. He also uses iron head covers. One of the only tour professionals that uses iron head covers. And I love that story. When he was little, his dad bought him these fancy irons and he wanted to keep them perfect. So he put iron head covers on as a sign of respect. He's kept that tradition up. And he's very methodical. He's a thinker. He kind of operates, has a plan for every single hole of a tournament. And he is one of the hardest working professional golfers in the world. Now, if he's using a driver like this, it means it's good. It does, because again, he could use any driver. And Aaron Rai is not contracted to any manufacturer. He's experimented with Sim 2 drivers in the past. He's had the Titleist GT drivers in the bag as well, but he keeps coming back to this driver, which again was released January 2019. And I remember reviewing it and thinking it was very good at the time. It was the M5, M6. M5 had the adjustable weight, M6 was the fixed weighting. It kind of came off the back of the success of the M2 driver a few years earlier. But this time they started to introduce speed injected twist face. They had these little red ports in the face where they kind of inserted this speed foam to get it, the drivers would almost be illegal, and then they'd squirt this foam in to make them just legal. That was the story. Twist face as well, so if you hit the toe, it's supposed to start the ball a little bit more right before it starts to use gear effect to get back more towards the middle, same with the heel. But quite a simplistic design, very symmetrical, this kind of red, black, silver featuring. And to be honest, looks-wise, it still passes the test of time because it does look very, very good. Anyway, let's give this a hit. I've got it in 9 degrees, standard loft. I'm using a Ventus shaft. Aaron Rai actually uses a Mitsubishi Diamana BB73 TX shaft, but this Fujikura Ventus shaft is pretty similar. Let's give this a hit. I love the look behind the ball. I mean, it's so nice. I love that kind of dark carbon finish. It looks really good. I've got an interesting stat as well about Aaron in a minute. Let's hit a few drivers first. Oh, that's what you need to win a golf tournament. Look at that. And actually, it was a very similar shot to what Aaron hit in the playoff, this kind of little low, fadey fairway finder. I mean, stat-wise, that is very impressive. 276 carry, 0.5 yards off the fairway, 157 ball speed. That was kind of a bit of a warm-up. I reckon I've got a bit more in the tank there. And just think about this. Since this driver got released in January 2019, there's been Sim drivers, then Sim 2 a year later, then it went into Stealth, Stealth 2. We then went into QI10, QI35, and now we start to see glimpses of this new QI4D driver, which is released again, start of 2026. It's a lot of drivers that have come out, a lot. What's mad, I actually looked on Golf Bidder this morning. You can pick up these for about 172 quid. Kind of anywhere between 170 quid to 225 pound. That price might have gone up actually because Aaron won. It'd have been interesting to know what the numbers were last week. Right, let's hit a few more. Little drawy one, but a nice hit still. I mean, distance looks very, very good. 308 total distance. And I couldn't help myself when I was watching that playoff thinking this could go one or two ways for TaylorMade. Like if Tommy won, and by the way, you know we love Tommy here on the channel. He's been on the channel loads of times, such a legend. I'd have loved for either Tommy or Aaron to win. But I'm sure TaylorMade was sat there going, please, please let Tommy win, because what a great story for the QI 4D drive that's coming out. I'm guessing TaylorMade would have hated the fact that Aaron won with this driver. I can almost guarantee it. And they're probably hating the fact we're making this video right now, talking about a driver that's 6 years old. That's a good hit. Let's try and find a straighter one than that though. I want the first one's accuracy with the second one's distance. That was nice. That was really nice. Tiny, tiny bit heely. But look at that. I mean, that is perfect. Because something I was going to mention before, Aaron Rai is the second in driving accuracy on the PGA Tour using this driver. He's at 73.85%. And that's staggering. That is unbelievable. And he's not a short hitter either. He's getting it out there. I mean, that was only 3 yards off the centre line. That is so good. What was the carry? 280 carry, pretty much spot on. Let's just see what happens if I kind of step on it a little bit. Let's see what we can max out with this driver. Now, I'm gonna go 3. Let's see how long we can get them. Let's see if we can get one closer to 300 carry. Oh, that's really good. And that's gonna still find the fairway nicely. Get up there. Oh, 315 total, 291 carry. Oh, it's a little bit hooky. That's not finding the fairway. Bit of a snappy. Before this final shot, I'm gonna leave you with this thought. Obviously reviewing this driver, I've given it a bit of a spotlight this week because of how well it's done with Aaron Rai winning. But it's a message. It kind of just shows you don't always need the latest and greatest. If someone like Aaron Rai, who is winning, don't think he beat Tommy Fleetwood in the playoff. In second or third place effectively was Rory McIlroy, both using the brand new TaylorMade QI 4D drivers, and Aaron managed to slay him using this. It just shows you don't always need the latest and greatest. Get a driver that suits you. With all being said, it's a very, very solid driver, and it reminds me how good it actually was. Why are we such magpies for new gear though? I don't blame anyone for getting new gear, but it's just a stark reminder. Right, last shot. I'm stood there, 18th hole, Yaz links. Can I find a perfect tee shot? Oh, that's gonna do me very nicely. And that's why Aaron's using this driver. Oh, that was so good. 295 carry, 10 yards off centre line, absolutely perfect. We'll see you next time.